What it is, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy JalenTAHA back with another video. Hey, y'all, we just hit 570 currently on stream, man. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate everybody in Taha land. Thank you guys, JTL, man. We're growing, we're thriving. Streaming has been very fun, man. You know what I'm saying? Every day we get bigger, either on YouTube or on Twitch or on TikTok, man. So it's very fun. It's very inspirational. It keeps me going. Just seeing my growth and our growth. The community is big, getting bigger. You know what I'm saying? Only thing is, I want y'all to be confident. Be confident with us. Be confident in Taha land. I love getting comments. I got a comment on the gaming channel. Y'all know I do my reactions on the gaming channel. So this is the gaming channel. So quick shout out to the gaming channel, man. We got 14 subscribers, but only 5 videos. So it makes sense because you know what I'm saying, if you like gaming, you come to the gaming channel. But you see that it was like the 3 videos I posted are because I started streaming, which I told y'all in my stream announcement video that you know what I'm saying, the streaming helps the gaming channel. So I really love streaming so I can focus on both of my channels at the same time. But yeah, I had 2 videos before I started streaming again, and that got me to 14 subscribers, and I have 14 followers on Twitch, so that's kind of cool. But this did pretty good for my 3rd ever video, 3 likes, and I got a comment on this. Nice video, keep it up, you have potential. Thank you, Rule. Thank you, man, for real. That's I appreciate it a lot, man. So yeah, y'all definitely be more confident in the community, man. Like, I love seeing the comments, man. Just because it's an accomplishment to be the first comment, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I want to start seeing y'all names, start seeing who I'm talking to, see who's vibing with me, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, today we watching Lightskin and Darkskin's middle ground. Hey, man. If you're new to the channel, all my recurring subscribers, man, watch this video to the end and go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because all my posts are bangers. So yeah,
being light-skinned in that sense, sometimes you feel like you don't necessarily have a home. I'm trying to be with my people, but then it's like, oh, well, you're not really black enough.
Within the justice system, we're typically penalized more harshly than light-skinned people, just on average.
I'm just curious if you've ever been close to skin lightening, bleaching.
Yeah.
You almost did?
Yeah.
For real? Oh no, this is heat. Y'all, what would y'all consider me? Like, am I light skin or dark skin? I claim dark skin, you know what I'm saying? I'm not ashamed of, you know, my color. Really, when I was younger, I'd just say I was caramel. Like, I'm caramel. Like, I'm brown. But, you know what I'm saying? I chose a side. I'm dark skin. I'm a dark skinned male. You know what I'm saying? Dreads. You know what I'm saying? But if you wanted to call me light skin nowadays, I wouldn't even care. Actually, no. I still claim dark skin. But it's not an insult to be light skin. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Light skinned women are some of the most beautiful women ever. But dark skinned women are beautiful too. So you know what I'm saying? It's just all on preference. You know what I'm saying? In this reaction, I'll probably open up about how it is being like considered light skin when you're really brown skin, but you're really dark skin. Cause I'm really dark skin. I'm claiming dark skin. I'm not light skin. I'm dark. You know what I'm saying? This is just cause the ring light, makes me look. But you could clearly see I'm brownish. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's get into it. This is gonna be controversial.
Being labeled by my skin tone. If you agree, please step forward.
It's like,
the reason I feel like I don't like being labeled is because I don't like when people say that light-skinned women are so, oh, you're submissive, you're this, because I know ultimately what they're trying to say when they say that.
What are they trying to say?
And then also not saying something really harmful about darker skinned women, and it upsets me. number one, don't put me in a box.
Right.
And then you put me in a box.
Yeah, don't put me
that
in a box
also
either.
Negatively impacts another group of women, and I don't like that.
My opinion
She
around
fine.
the whole
All my
colorism
life.
issue in
She's
general
fine.
is that we're black. So I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
wanna
black,
be a
y'all.
light-skinned black woman. I am black. I am Sabrina. I'm a black woman, and I'm my own woman, and I don't associate with the stereotypical light-skinned woman and what they do and what they portray.
Right.
So I'd rather just be considered a black
Portray?
woman. Just
What do
like
they
the dark-skinned
portray?
Black woman as well.
Do you think, in a sense like that, people can maybe think that you're saying, well, I don't see color?
So that is kind of my opinion, and it is kind of like what white people say when they don't want to be racist. I don't see color. And my own family primarily are all dark skinned.
Right.
So growing
Well,
up,
I know
I didn't. I saw
everybody wants
beautiful
to be
people.
different,
I saw my
and your
family.
culture is important.
I saw my dark siblings.
But how much better
and that's just
would
what
the
it
world
was.
be
until
if we didn't see
recently,
color for real?
The conversation has really come up to the point where
Why
I'm
do we have
starting
to
ask
divide
them,
ourselves?
Like, what was your experience?
I get like our
And
cultures
they
are
too
important,
say that
and
they didn't have a
you know what I'm
negative
saying. You
experience
wanna
for real.
thrive in your
literally see
culture,
Black people.
but
I see white people.
what's
I see
wrong
Mexican
with
people,
us all
and that's what
being?
it is for me.
What's
we have to
wrong with us
disagree or
all
step
being
forward?
included?
Girl, I'm nervous.
Can I just say one thing?
She is
First off,
so
I've dated
fun.
a couple light-skinned girls. Ain't nobody said they were submissive. First off, the reason why I didn't step forward is because dark skin, like everybody's starting to find out, the science is starting to agree. Dark skin is where it started, baby. And the reason why I think that I'm okay with being called dark skin, and why I love the fact that there are light skin.
Does he
is
play
because
guitar?
We have to realize that all of these people.
Band-Aids
came
on the
from
hands
this-
means like
this
guitar, right?
prototype. Like I look at these beautiful dark-skinned people over here, and I always love the darkest people because they have no pimples, no nothing. It's just pure perfection.
Beautiful skin.
And excuse me, you know, this is not an extremist view, but we all know that dark is dominant and light is recessive. And I don't think that it's a negative thing to be called dark. I think the media
Like
wants us
what?
to think that, but I don't think it's a negative thing to
Like
be called
what?
dark. It's for the originals.
I get what you're saying,
I
but like,
acknowledge that we should not have to have
Bro.
these divisions and these terms. One term that illustrates
Bro,
that
dark
to me
skin
is
is-
brown skin.
What?
You know, the black
just
people
because you're
who are
darker
in the
than me
middle.
does not
How
mean you can
ridiculous
just
does that sound when we're all variations of
like
brown?
control me.
understand?
Like what?
However, I didn't step forward because I'm
You know
not
what I'm saying?
offended by
That
being
don't make
called dark
sense.
skin. I will say there is a dehumanization that does occur with this labeling, like for instance on social media.
Because you dark skin, you want to be dominant.
Dark skin. That
Nigga,
drives me insane.
I want to be dominant.
Now, I just
'cause
wanted
I'm
to
a
address
dominant
just a couple
person.
things you said. First, I want to say I'm
But I'm
very
also-
glad
I
that
can
your
be
family
submissive.
members have not felt the impact of colorism. I'm so happy to hear that. I wish that was the dominant reality for dark-skinned girls.
But just 'cause you dark-skinned don't mean I
we
fear
have to
you.
remember, colorism is not
Like,
just
what?
social; it's systemic as well.
I don't
Even
get
if
what he
they
was trying to
haven't
say.
necessarily felt the
I
way
think
that
I'm just
dark
stuck on
skin
the
is
word.
perceived in
I ain't gonna
society.
lie.
That doesn't mean that they may
I
not
reacted to a
one
whole
day.
word.
Yeah,
Dominant.
I completely
not.
understand.
Yeah.
And that one thing I think that adds to it though is how you're raised. My dark skinned siblings are my step siblings. So my mother is light skinned. My mother never mentioned our color.
Yeah,
You know
my
what I
dad's
mean?
side dark
Whereas
skin.
like some parents will like prep you for the conversation. It
My
was just
mom's
never
side
a
light skin.
conversation.
We all got prepped. Did you guys all
So
get prepped?
Yep.
and so
Oh,
that's
you
what
never
I'm
got
saying. Even when I plan on having kids, I date a dark skinned man.
Yeah.
Potentially I can have a dark skinned child.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go around just prepping them for the worst. I want them to just know that they're black and they're beautiful, whatever tone they come out.
I have to say, honestly, we're all black and all lives matter are the same to me. In the sense that both statements are true, but neither do anything to address the issue at hand, so they're meaningless.
Right.
Yes, we're all black. However, some black people are further marginalized because they are dark skinned. And I understand what you're saying about not wanting to beat your children down with the idea of oppression, but not talking about it is not going to make it go away. My mother was extremely affirming to me as a dark skinned little girl because she understood that if she didn't do it at home, when I get out into the world,
Exactly.
you know, we ain't in Kansas no more.
Completely understand.
Yeah.
But it's also when I say we're all black, is like if we were to get pulled over tomorrow, I'm black to a white man, to a white cop. What my point is more so is that we are dividing ourselves with this conversation as well. And I don't want that for us. I want us to just be on the same page because that way we can move forward.
Yeah,
in
come
life.
on,
My
queen.
immediate reaction was
Talk.
solely because like I am a light-skinned person, you know what I'm saying? But then you kind of brought up how like what's tied to it are the stereotypes that come with being a
Right.
light-skinned person or a dark-skinned person.
Right.
And those can be detrimental
Yeah.
to a
Yeah,
light-skinned
we're
person
all
or a dark-skinned
black.
person.
Yeah, right.
Do you believe that those stereotypes
Hey,
are majority true?
Lisa.
Whether
How
they're true or
am
not
I?
is-
I'm doing
is kind
good.
of
We
irrelevant.
watching some
The
very
fact that they're-
controversial stuff right now. It's light skin and dark skin, middle ground. Ooh. I consider myself dark skinned, but I guess I'll let anybody label me light skin or dark skin, but I'm black in general. You know what I'm saying? But like I'm not usually like I don't usually just be like getting in so deep like with stuff like this, but this is a quick video. I mean quick stream, so I ain't gonna lie. I think this is gonna do well. What are you doing today? Yeah. I'm gonna do one reaction, this one, and then I'm a game on this game called Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but I'm a gamer and I like anime and stuff like that. So, but right now we talking about this. I ain't gonna lie, it's very juicy.
Detrimental to people, I think that's the problem itself.
So
yeah, we can't separate us more.
When I was younger,
we're already separated.
Like being dark skinned was something I would like try to run away from because of the negativity surrounding that term.
Oh,
but like
my
as
homie
I
Zach
grow
calling
now
me.
and
Hold
I'm
on.
like living in a time.
Yo.
Hey nigga, quit telling people that you fucking good at Yu-Gi-Oh, nigga. They bro, everybody know you suck, nigga.
Bro, you on stream, and first off, I haven't took a L on stream yet.
What else, stream? How y'all doing?
Yeah. Lisa, say what's up to my homie Zay. You just followed me on Twitter. I hope you follow me back. Oh, is that the notification I got? I appreciate you. My YouTube, she just followed me on Twitter. My YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter is all JalenTAHA. So if you want to extend that follow to YouTube, I would appreciate it, man. But bro, literally, I haven't taken an L on Yu-Gi-Oh yet, man, and I'm finna play it today before I go in.
Right now?
Nah, I'm doing this reaction.
Oh, so you ducking? Got you.
Wait, you say you wanted to play me?
You want to play right now, or is you ducking, bro?
Bro, we can play it. Dang, this video is a long video. Bro, we can play in 40 minutes, bro.
Nah, I'm playing, bro. You good? I'll give you, bro. I'm gonna give you till like this weekend to practice.
Bro, you need to practice.
I'm straight over here, big dog. You don't need to worry about me.
Bro, you do not know your plays, bro. You don't.
I really do, though. That's the thing about it, bro.
How? You haven't been playing ranked?
Huh?
You been playing ranked?
Hell yeah.
What rank are you?
Nigga, I'm in like the middle tier, nigga.
Silver or gold?
Definitely not still in the rookie stages, my nigga.
Bruh, I'm in silver now, bruh.
Crazy.
I'm finna be in gold today.
You get that, bro?
I'm finna be in gold today.
How many games did you get where you are right now?
Bro, I've won six games in a row. Jackie, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I'll text you when I'm done with this reaction. See if you still don't have to go to work soon or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna work till 7, but I think I'm gonna take a nap around 3. So that's why I said I'm gonna hit you up this weekend type shit.
Alright, yeah. Cause I gotta be very efficient this stream. I ain't got that much time left.
Alright, bet.
Alright, my boy.
Alright, man.
Good talking to you, man. What? That's my homie. Okay, I see the follow. I'ma follow you back once I end stream. But consider following Lisa. Consider following my YouTube. Also follow the stream. But what's up, Jackie? We doing a very juicy, controversial reaction, light skin and dark skin middle ground. It's been juicy. Let's get back into it.
time where I see like models like Anouk Yai and like all these people looking up
And
to
you
them.
flawless, girl. Don't talk about them. Look at your skin, girl.
You do got clear skin.
Where the light coming from?
And
do
like
got
being
clear
more
skin.
confident in myself. I'm like, yeah, I'm dark skinned. What about it? I also like it because I think when it comes to the Black community,
Are
we're
these
not
called
monolithic,
Dockers?
So I think it
The
is
shoes
good
that
to
you
like
got
display
on?
that we are a diverse group, even though we are pretty large. On the other side, I do see how people nitpick a bit too much and pay like way too much attention to the details. So sometimes
No,
I'm
for
like,
real. We're
no,
all
I'm just
black.
I'm really interested in this conversation, but for me, my perspective is totally different. I was born in Africa, Ghana. And so the west part, many of us are dark. Then you get to north, they're light. You get to the east and west, many shades. I never knew there was a such thing as colorism till I came to the United States. It's just like you said, you're gonna be black at the end. It does not matter when it goes down.
Especially in this country.
Exactly.
Right.
It doesn't. You
Right.
could be the lightest one sitting out of here, but you're black when it comes down to it. That's it.
No,
I
facts.
have experienced colorism from within the community.
Have I experienced colorism? Oh, okay. They're called Doc.
There's kind of like this opinion that
Martins?
light-skinned people
Okay.
can't experience colorism. Dating my current boyfriend, this is a dark-skinned family. I was whitewashed immediately. I was bougie immediately. I was uppity immediately, and this is before getting to know me.
I think it was second grade. I vividly remember
okay.
I was on the playground, and this guy had told
They-
me,
yeah, I have.
like, your
I
skin
have.
is blacker than dog shit.
Not saying
And
I.
that was like
I
the first like time
Dang.
like I had been like, oh, so I am different from everyone. Most of the comments like
Wow.
I
No,
got
that was
about my
rude.
color were almost always people within the Black community, but then on top of that, it was always
Oh,
boys.
make you a mod?
Sure, some girls maybe from time to time, but it
I
was usually
got you.
always like Black.
You gotta
guys,
make
and
me
that
a
always
mod,
confused
too.
me 'cause
I'm
I'm
a-
like, you probably
on
have,
this
like,
new
a mom or
account.
sister who looks like me. Like, how could you
There
say
go.
that?
Yeah. I relate to your story so much. Both my biological mom, dad are Ghanaian, so that's where I get my very.
I forget
darkness
what
from.
the
But
question was,
my two brothers
but
and
I
sisters are
have
alike
just
because
like
their
in
moms
jobs
from
and
Kenya.
stuff like.
Their whole life was so
You know what I'm saying?
different
They
than
just,
mine, and I
you know what I'm
noticed in
saying, just
America,
look
when
over
we
me
came,
like
everyone
too
was
much,
befriending
and
my brother.
they want me
But
to do all the
when,
work at the
we had to
job.
be
You
in
know what I'm
circles and
saying?
they
Because
have to hold
I'm the
hands and
most at
separate.
risk
All the
of
kids would,
losing
like,
the
hold
job.
me
You know what I'm
like this
saying?
with their finger, and
Like
wipe
if they gonna
themselves
fire
off.
anybody,
And,
they gonna fire
all
me.
those names, they would
Sometimes
come in
I
and
deserve
just,
to get
say
fired, but you know what I'm
the
saying?
worst things
That's
to me. And I'm in second
something.
grade wondering, like, what's going on? Why doesn't my brother get any of this? I was just so confused because, like you said, my whole head is, I'm thinking, wow, all of you guys, if you go back to our continent, you really look like us. What is this? I was extremely confused in the Black population. And, you know, I had to say for years, I really disliked African Americans. Not my cup of tea. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but yeah. I
Fair.
think
We hate ourselves.
I think already being
Sometimes.
like, African, there's already kind of
sometimes
like divide
self-hate.
between Africans and African Americans, but then with most of the bullying that I went through being
Not me, though.
perpetrated by African Americans, I just like really started to dislike them, and I was like, I don't want to be in their spaces. I don't care to.
And this is a side note. This is why I'm here, because you guys are educating me. I didn't know that it was African Americans that was talking shit. So it's like,
Well, that's not necessarily all.
But that's
Not
what
all
I'm
the
saying.
time.
Because
Also,
there's
some parents
Thank
are like.
and that's what I was gonna say too, because you guys are mentioning you guys are in second grade and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, even my niece already is like, I want straight hair, and it's like, where are you getting this from? Like,
But she's looking at
already.
you though. I was gonna say that about the about
No.
Hey, that just brought up some, like, bro, this just brought back some memories. Like, bro, I didn't even know about color and, like, races until, like, kindergarten. Like, I was like, I think we was leaving the playground and we was, I don't know. I think we was leaving lunch. Like, after lunch, we go to the playground. And then, like, I remember I was talking to, I think, one of my white friends at the time. And he was like, you're black. Like, I'm like, I don't know what you mean. I'm brown. That's what I was calling myself, brown. But, like, I didn't know about race. I just looked down and I was like, the closest, like, color crayon is brown. And he was like, no, you're black. And that's when, like, my brain developed and was like, hold on, there's races and stuff. Like, he's white, this person's Asian, this person's Indian, and stuff like that. I was like, I'm black. I'm black. That was crazy. I was so confused as a kid. I was like, I'm brown. Like, what are you talking about?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I like this video. It's deep. This is a deep video. Y'all get to know me more.
During childhood, early childhood,
Right.
at that. Y'all, they was in, what, 2nd grade, running around the playground. They had a chant. If you're black, stay back. If you're brown, stay around. If you're light,
No,
you're just
that's
right. I remember
OC.
hearing that
That's
song
crazy.
on the playground.
That's
from,
OC.
From me being 6, 7 years old.
I ain't
knew,
never had nothing
okay,
like that happen to me.
I don't have a problem with my skin tone, but society does.
and that's what I'm saying. Like,
know.
where do they even get that from? Like the parents? Like, where
Yes,
are
of
they
course.
getting
Gotta
that
be the
from?
parents.
Yes, of course. So I have a sister.
Because
and
my
she's
parents
you
wasn't
guys'
teaching me about race.
beautiful complexion. And I remember when we were younger, we would put our arms together and I go, haha, I'm gonna make it. And this is when I was a lot lighter too.
No problem. Too. No, I'm just kidding.
I was. But I'm gonna fast forward again. I'm out in Europe doing my thing, music or whatever, and I go to my sister and I'm like, Z, I'm sorry. I don't know. It just came out. I was like, Z, I'm always sorry that I did this, and I'm sorry that I never told you you were beautiful. I'm your brother. I need you here. Don't leave me. I'm going crazy. And at that moment, I realized I'm free from this colorism thing.
The interesting thing about it is that in my own family, there are varying shades. I noticed how sometimes that my brother, who is a little bit darker, would get treated versus how I might
Zay,
get
you
treated.
gonna have to
But then I
text
also
me how to
notice my
mod people. I
younger
don't know how to
brother,
do it right now.
Who is a little bit
hold
more
on, I
lighter
think I
skin
do
would
know
get
how to do
treated
it.
compared to me or my older sister or whatever. There were girls that I liked. Beautiful black girls growing up that I liked that were like, oh, well, you know, you're not maybe like as dark. You're not like that dude. Or people would look at you and be like, oh, you got all this education. Yeah, you're just a white kid. You don't talk like a black kid. I'm like, what does that mean?
No, for real, what does
Because
that mean?
all of us are wanting to get opportunities to be more educated so we can do bigger things in the world. We should be aiming for that. So when I would get made fun of sometimes some of the black girls I'd be trying to talk to,
No, for
those
real.
experiences
Like
were
what?
even kind of turning me against my own people. You know what I
No,
mean? And so
facts.
being
Ooh, no,
light-skinned
that's
in
some
that sense,
heat.
sometimes
He's
you feel like
right.
you don't necessarily
Like
have
what?
a home because you're like, okay, I'm not trying to be white, but I got white people kind of like relating to me and giving me a little pat on the back. But then I'm trying to be with my people, but then it's like, oh, well, you're not really black enough.
You're not black enough. Like, what? What are we talking about? I'm black. I speak English. Like, what? Just because I don't know every slang word in the book.
I don't feel like light-skinned people experience colorism. However, I do feel like there are experiences that light-skinned people can have that are negative. Because I've had people tell me,
you have to text me how to mod. I don't know how to
you
do it yet.
You're not black. You damn near white. It bothers me, but that's all. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. I'm not going to say y'all are being colorist toward me because y'all are talking about my skin. It is annoying, but it's like, I feel like that's insulting for me to say, well, this is reverse colorism. Because none of anything that I will ever go through will ever touch what I know y'all have gone through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Can I just cut in really quick?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it's like offensive. It's just a bit reductive. You
Right.
understand? Y'all gonna make me be the insufferable woke.
No. Say
all
what you
the
gotta
time.
say. Say what you gotta say.
Nah, say what you gotta
I
say,
know we talked
queen.
about earlier the opinion that light-skinned people don't experience colorism. For me, that's not an opinion.
Right.
And I don't want it to be where light-skinned people can never share their experiences, especially when it comes to the invalidation of blackness. You understand? I claim y'all. Y'all are
Right.
just as black as I am.
See, here, yeah.
So you should have
Good thing
the
you said
space to
that
discuss these
because
experiences, especially if they traumatize
that's the thing.
you.
Why are we
I just-
dividing our
I
own
just wanna
race?
say your
We're all.
experience
It's
doesn't have to
already
be
not that
colorism
many of
to be
us
valid.
here,
I'm
at
probably
least.
just gonna pair it off
In
with you because
Africa,
I'd be
yeah,
more
we
but I view
we
Asians
going
the
crazy.
same.
But
Like,
here
just
in
how there's no
America,
reverse racism,
why are we
there's no
dividing
reverse
ourselves
colorism.
more?
Like, we don't experience colorism. We experience prejudice based off of our skin color, but it's not the same thing.
Or resentment relating to color.
Right.
Yeah. I think
That
go
I
ahead.
agree with
Go ahead.
that. That's my experience because that's why I was saying earlier that I know that colorism can't necessarily be placed on us, but
Right.
there's the word.
Yeah.
And like I said,
found the term.
educating me.
Yeah.
Just to
You're
clarify,
not black
and
enough.
I understand where you're coming
What
from.
are we talking
For
about?
me, I'm not talking about it in the sense of I'm going to experience the same level of disadvantage.
Fair.
I think a lot of light-skinned people, our experiences are more internal. It has to do with identity. It has to do with feeling like we have a space within the community when it comes to these issues. Because I do feel like we're locked in when it comes to stuff where we're going that way.
Yeah.
Right? But then sometimes as we start stepping back a little bit closer to home,
You ain't never lied.
we begin to be like, oh, wait a minute, are you really one of us? Are you really with? And then it becomes negative. So
Like what?
that can
Right.
impact how
Nah,
we stand
facts.
together as a
But
unified
like,
front.
why
That's
do we
kinda
do
what my
that?
point.
And
Because
I
that's
understand.
annoying.
Hey, before we continue the discussion, I have a quick question for you. Are you keeping yourself safe online?
Are you
These particular
Jubilee?
habits are free that keeps you
Are you the
fit.
person
Keeping
who
it
made
thrift shop
Jubilee?
literally will serve your home company back description sponsoring this.
From colorism.
Do
get
you?
back to the video.
Okay, let's see.
I have benefited from colorism.
No, I haven't never benefited from colorism. Like, what does
I
that
can
mean?
say the way I've benefited from it has not been by much, but has been an extravagant way. Number one, I've been to places that you would consider the hood, and nobody ever messes with me. And I've come to find out that it's like, even in Mexican neighborhoods, black neighborhoods, everything, it's more of an interest. Like, you're not from around here. And I'll make my accent even a little thicker. The second part
he
of the
cool.
benefit
And he got
from it
that
is
drip on.
I look very, very, very
He got
different.
that shit on.
Coming to California, I was at a bookstore and I was casted by a producer to be in national commercials and TV just because I was very dark. They approached me and they said, wow, where are you from? You have a very unique look. You know, I feel like the benefit for me is that there's more of a harder shell. You don't really know what to think when you see a person as dark as me. You know, is he wild, is he crazy, or is he just chill?
Right.
Yeah.
It almost feels like sometimes the benefits of it don't really feel like benefits in a sense because they come almost with their own kind of tiered disadvantages, right?
Okay.
So if
Like
you know,
what?
at being a light-skinned man, right? My mom is Caribbean. My mom's from the Bahamas.
Okay.
And my dad is Creole from New Orleans. My dad is like really light-skinned, and my mom is like more dark, kind of somewhere in the middle. Being a Caribbean American, it's kind of weird in the sense because you have people looking at you being like, oh, okay, like you look a little bit different. You got more of an exotic look, as some people might say. In that benefit, that doesn't really feel like a benefit to me because I see how my other brothers and sisters are being treated that are dark skinned or might be a little darker than me. So I don't really see that as an advantage.
Do you believe colorism affects us more within our community or with the outside of our community?
To be quite honest with you, I think in some ways it does affect us a little bit more inside of the community.
I think so too. I guess this is the light skin coming out of me. I'm dark skinned. I claim dark skin, but like, you're a light skin. You're a light skin. No, I'm dark skinned, baby. I'm dark skinned. But like, yeah, why are you trying to exclude me? Like, I want to fight for black problems too. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm affected too. Like, I'm not a white person. White people don't see me as white. They just see me as less. I guess what old dude was saying earlier. They see me as less dominant. Which I hate to say, because I'm a dominant person. But if you're saying, was it him or I forget who said it, but if you're saying that dark skinned people have, like, they enforce their dominance on people, I don't necessarily agree with that. Like, I don't think that's nice to say. Like if you're like a hood black dude, then and he has problems and he's a druggie and he lashes out randomly and he's bipolar, then you're trying to be dominant or something, or you're just a messed up person because I didn't do anything to you to deserve the reaction you gave me. You know what I'm saying? I have no idea where I was going with that.
I can say not in terms of economics, not in terms of opportunity per se. I think that's more outside. I'm just talking about the way we see each other.
The way we
treat each other.
That's crazy.
The way
I've been
we
to black
converse
communities
with each
and
other.
I don't see the whole, it might be a passing joke every now and again, like, oh, bro, your shoes are whack, oh, you're light skinned, but it's not like a thing where it's oppressing us.
There's a lot
That's
of,
really what,
especially
like,
in the
younger
conversations,
age,
for example,
not like now.
light-skinned. There's an aspect of our masculinity that gets questioned when it comes to whether it's being tough, being more emotional. Like, society and culture shows black men to
that's
be,
some heat.
you gotta
That's
be tough,
true.
You gotta be strong. That's what you're seeing in music videos.
Facts.
Right, exactly. That's what you're seeing more in culture.
Yeah,
being
facts.
presented to you. This is like what blackness looks like, right? For the most part. So then now people be pulling your card all the time, trying to see if you're really about it. They be trying to see, you're gonna be soft.
No, he's spitting. No, he's spitting. All my life he's spitting. Like, pulling my card. What? Why are you even trying to test me? Like you're like I was finna cuss. I'm trying not to cuss as much, but you are a B word. Cause you wanna see if I'm a B word. Like, what? You trying to see if I'm like you. No, I'm not like you. Like, what? I don't have to test somebody to see if they're a B word. Like, that's so lame. I'm a person. I'm a living being. I'm here because, I'm here. You don't have to, I would never try you. So why you trying me? That shit lame. So yeah, okay. He's
And
spitting.
that happens inside of our community.
I would say I benefited because my previous job to what I'm working now, we had a darker skinned woman and myself, and the darker skinned woman quit. And then I was literally late to work about 2 hours for about 2 years, and I never got fired. And I know it's because the one black person quit, the other one is still here. We can't just fire our last black person.
Wow.
So I know I benefited from that, just being black, because I was, once again, a diversity number. And it's going to look bad on the company if you fire your last black person.
That's true.
I remember I was in 6th grade, and there was one of the black kids, because I grew up in Arcadia, California. It's predominantly Asian and white. For some reason, I'm not gonna tell the teacher's name because she's probably dead by now, and I don't want to.
Damn, that's crazy.
She like just constantly picked on him, like constantly, just going out of her way to pick on him. And she didn't pick on me the way she picked on him. Even as young as 6th grade, I realized like there's a difference in how you're treated based on your skin color.
When I was younger, I didn't realize that the privilege was there because the conversation of colorism never happened in my home. There was a, okay, well, I don't know it exists. I don't experience it. Ain't nobody talking about it. And so I didn't know. And so it's like, as I became more socially aware and I actually seen what the reality of it is, it's like, it's not just mean and nasty remarks. Within the system, it is
being
life
nice,
or
your
death.
teacher being nice to you.
It can literally go from somebody just saying something nasty, something colorist, to treating a lighter skinned person better, to a darker skinned person dying. And I know good and goddamn well, I experience a privilege, and I know that it's there. So you know, that's how I feel about it.
So yeah, interesting here you say that, because you know, in West Africa, most of y'all may know that there's a big problem with skin lightening. We're seeing it across the continents. You know, now they're having to fight it, make it illegal, but it's becoming so much that people are saying, well, I'm not gonna get any type of opportunity unless I'm a little bit lighter.
Right.
Wow.
And to think that you have to go to that point to feel that you'll get an opportunity.
Survival though. They see it and they're trying to survive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
This video heat. On my life,
The
this video
experience of,
heat.
being the only dark-skinned person in my school was just horrible, and being
Dang,
Senegalese,
the only
although,
dark-skinned person in your school?
It's like you're not experiencing the racism you do here because everyone's black. I did notice there was an issue with skin lightening. Like I knew my aunts who had products, my cousins. Like it's very rampant there.
That's insane.
Close. I'm just curious if you've ever been close to skin lightening, bleaching.
Yeah.
You almost did?
Yeah.
Oh,
you're gorgeous. You better never.
Right.
You better figure it out.
yeah, she cool.
At all. You better figure it out.
She
What
cool.
a twisted thing. Like the sun was made for you. Like the greatest source of life was made for you, and because of media, we allow ourselves. Well, that's a trip to me. Go ahead.
Have I ever benefited from colorism? Of course not. It's designed for me not to benefit from it. I also found it interesting that the two dark-skinned black men stepped forward for benefiting and we stayed behind, because research actually does reflect that, at least socially, dark-skinned women do face deeper implications of colorism. So when I saw them step forward and not us, I was like, okay, that's familiar to me.
The only reason that us as black men stepped forward, especially me being from America, is because, we get more opportunities in the film and the music and all that, but then what are they putting? They're putting a gun in our hand, or they're putting us in a dress, or they're not, show me a positive example that you have of a brother that looks like me on the screen. All I'm saying is that.
Yeah, positive example, dark-skinned man. I guess Castanet. And that's new. That's like the past 2 years, past 3 years, 4 years. You know what I'm saying? That's new. Like, not a gang member, streamer, gamer, dark skin. Castanet's like the only good influence. I guess Denzel Washington, but I don't know any of his history.
It's an illusion of opportunity. So when you say that the statistics said that black women actually suffer more from colorism, I don't believe that that's true.
That's not what I said. Actually, what I said, the social implications are deeper. I did not say that dark skin, you don't have to believe it. There are research.
It's not, because you can find positive. You can find, lastly, you can find positive images of black women on television.
Oh, of course.
You cannot of black men.
I understand there's an illusion of opportunity, because even how you said, like when you walk into the hood, you're safe. That's based on the perception of you being aggressive as a dark-skinned man. that can quickly flip. For instance, within the justice system, we're typically penalized more harshly than light-skinned people, just on average. So I would never deny the experiences of colorism for dark-skinned men. The implications are just deeper. Socially and beauty standards especially typically do affect women more harshly. So I just wanted to be very, very clear about that. And the last thing is there's a lot of I feel. I didn't feel this in my experience, so this system doesn't exist. This oppression doesn't exist, and I want to be careful of that because, like I said, when personal lived experience is not enough, we got to go to data. And some facts data supports, and some facts data does not.
The entertainment industry prefers light-skinned black people.
Ah, snap. Duh! Dang, that's kind of
statistically,
bad.
like dark-skinned black men fill more acting roles, but again, we talked about that earlier. That's usually where thugs or pimps or gangsters or whatever.
Yeah, they play that role. They can't be any other role. You have to be a hood dude.
And that goes back to the first black woman to win an Oscar. And the thing that bothers me the most is not only does that happen, but then we have it was like a run where we had Django, 12 Years a Slave.
That was annoying.
Rough time period.
There was a run.
No,
I was like,
but the problem is that's what they want to continue to see us as, is the mammies and the black people that are scared of the ghost or all of this stuff. So that's not going to change.
Yeah, that them movies gotta stop.
Black family, it's always light skinned. Like you had Fresh Prince, they changed out Aunt Viv. You have Martin, it's a bunch of light skins. You know what I'm saying? Like
blackish.
Yeah, blackish.
Right.
It's always light skin. Even Fresh Prince, except for the dad, it's all the new Fresh Prince it's all light skin. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, and I feel like lighter skinned people in the industry are allowed to be so mediocre and bland because people think, oh yeah, this is what looks good. So I feel like light-skinned people are allowed to just kind of be like flat and dull and still get these big opportunities and be in these spaces where they're able to get so much, and it's kind of like,
You guys are all speaking complete facts, nothing to disagree with there. There have been light-skinned actresses, Thandie Newton, Zendaya, Amanda Steinberg,
Halle Berry,
who have opened up and said, yes, we do benefit from colorism. Zendaya, I believe, even says she turns down roles where she feels like she's being used to kind of tokenized or to replace a role that should, or you can say should have went to a dark-skinned woman. So I just want to highlight that there are things that can be done, and it's a simple acknowledgement of privilege goes a long way.
And can we not pass by off of this without Zoe Saldana playing Nina Simone? Oh my goodness, we can't get past that.
I don't know who that is.
What I definitely notice is when we look at the media side of it, lately dark-skinned people will play more of these roles of thugs and anything that can scare you from us.
Franklin.
When it comes to the light-skinned man, you guys do see that they're making a little bit more sensitive. There's this like, oh wow, Dreamy, he's so sensitive.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Then
the portrayal.
when you go to the women, let's look on the entertainment side. What is sad to see that you can have the light-skinned women rap about the same thing, and as soon as the dark-skinned women come in, that one, she's dirty and whatever, and they can rap the same thing, and you cannot find the beauty.
Oh, like Ice Spice and like Megan Thee Stallion or something like that. I don't like either of that music. You know what I'm saying?
They got the women looking a little more. Look at accent, that, and also a little ratchet.
I'll react to it.
I don't want to use the wrong terms.
And turn up.
Hypersexual.
But I'm not putting that in my
it's also
playlist.
Into black media and what we as a culture consume. I think.
Oh yeah, World Star Hip Hop, fighting videos, twerk videos.
I just hate it. Or just like the Zeus Network, and it
Zeus Bad Girls Club. Like what? That's so lame.
With baddies, it is like the women are so.
You talking about the show?
Like
I thought you were talking about regular everyday.
No, the show.
Show because it's not Bad Girls Club anymore. It's baddies.
Fighting each other and drinking. I'm like, these are beautiful women. They're talented. They have a way of bringing people in, and it's kind of like the way that Baddies paints them is like baddie shot of clocks, and y'all gonna give each other knuckle sandwiches and shit. And I'm like, come on, it's like I would watch it if they were giving business advice, if they were talking about. But I know they won't. You know what I'm saying? I know they won't. But it's like that representation is like.
And people be watching that like all day.
And still uplift all black queens, whatever. But I'm done with us only uplifting the hairstylist that we know. That's what every black girl wants to do now, is be a singer or a hairstylist. Or we need to. What about the black scientists and the black, lawyers or doctors? Like that's where we are kind of messing up in our media. Not gonna talk too long. That's all I gotta say about that.
I was gonna say something.
The reason I disagree is because it depends on the role. So like if we have a movie like Boys in the Hood, or we have a movie like Don't Be a Menace, it is going to be dark-skinned black people, unfortunately.
Right. Can I ask the ladies one question? Do you guys consume media such as like the Bad Girls Club and listen to Sexy Red and stuff like that? Like, do you guys listen to that kind of stuff and watch that kind of stuff?
Honestly, I watch baddies, and it's entertaining to me.
I have here and there.
Yeah, if it comes on, hey, okay. I don't listen to it
Do you
on my
believe
own.
that these things reinforce negative stereotypes of the black woman?
I have an answer for that.
You go.
While I acknowledge that representation matters, I also don't really jive well with the respectability politics, and I feel like in these conversations, that's where we veer towards. I would like to see more balance in the industry at large.
You watch baddies?
Every woman in a rap game was
it's messy, it's entertaining, like you get to choose sides and stuff, and then you might see a fight, everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I don't really have an opinion because I've watched episodes. I'm just, you know, I'm a man. I'm not just going to turn that on. Even though I do watch Love Island. Like, Love Island's cool. But I don't just watch baddies. But I've watched baddies. I've seen episodes of baddies. And it's like the only problem I have with it is like some females will watch that and then make their they'll make their personality like a baddie's girl. Like, I'm a baddie. Like, I'm Bad Girls Club. Like, I want to go on Bad Girls Club because I'm a baddie. Like, I'm irrational. I'm sporadic. I'll fight anybody over the smallest things. Like you're carrying that into real life. Like, what are we doing? Like, it's a TV show. So I don't know if it's scripted though, but you have to fight because that's the show. That's the show title, Baddies. Like, you got to spice it up.
I still wouldn't like it because every black woman is not Lauryn Hill. This hypersexual image is just Everybody,
those are the ones that are getting selected.
Those are the ones who are being placed in the mainstream. I understand why that's problematic. I feel like a reason that black women gravitate towards this type of content, of course it can be entertainment, whatever, but I think there's a freedom that that black women feel sometimes. Black women are very heavily policed in society, right? But telling black people, behave because you're making them think they already thought that.
Exactly.
They already thought that. I don't like giving white supremacists a pass, and I feel like that's what we love to do with respectability politics.
Right.
Oh, that's the way they view it. They view us that way. No, it's not. They did not go to Africa all them centuries ago and enslave us because some people sag their pants and twerk.
I'm not talking about how they look at us. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about our community. I'm talking about what these, I'm saying look out. I don't know what your guys' algorithms are looking like on your social media, but look out and see what these little girls, I remember there's this one video of this girl I saw, she's a ballet teacher, and she was like crying because she was like, your girls want to listen to Sexy Red and all this stuff. No, but that's what's happening. And I don't believe that having a balance of the Sexy Reds and the Lauryn Hills is going to be a net positive for our community.
I think you can talk about like respectability and palatability and all these things and get into the politics of, whether we should have to deal with that because other races don't have to deal with that. I don't think that's conducive or helpful because I think black people and black culture are in a unique position where we do kind of need to look out for ourselves a bit more. Black kids grow up saying, oh, I want to be an NBA star, all of these things, where it's just like, maybe like not even 1% make it.
Yeah.
Whereas you go to other communities, kids are like, I want to be an engineer, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer, and like we do need more of that. And I think it's okay to acknowledge that our culture does have a lot of work to do.
Oh yeah,
being like,
absolutely.
Oh well, you know, white people don't have to deal with this. I think it's just white supremacy to like.
Or to even put them in the conversation. Period.
Yeah,
We're
it's not about them.
Being pro-black is not being anti-white. We need to stop even talking about them. We need to start talking about what is good for us because we are under attack. We can all at least agree that we are under attack. There is a system, but we can beat it. Yeah. A lot of beating it comes with boycotting, coming together though, and saying we're going to worry about our own.
I, at this point, really don't look to pop culture for representation as a black woman. We're gonna start there. My representation is not in the rap. It's not in the rap game. It's Audre Lorde, it's bell hooks. That's my representation as a black feminist, an intersectional feminist, a black woman.
Okay, I have something I want to say to that. So basically, she said heavily, like, she said black women are heavily policed. I'm gonna just take it for the whole race, like, heavily policed, like, I get what you say if you do nothing wrong, but like, say for instance, like you're in a situation that you didn't like, you start yelling. Like, we can talk it out normally, like at this tone. We can talk it out normally at this tone. And if you do yell, let's bring it back down to this level, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because now you're escalating the situation. I guess the situation was already escalated, but you could de-escalate it. If that other person doesn't want to de-escalate it, then I guess, all right, whatever. We're just both escalating the situation. But like situations like that, like you're yelling or something, like every race yells, you know what I'm saying? But that's a situation where like if you didn't want the situation to go that way, like you didn't have to like yell, or you didn't have to act out, or you know what I'm saying, like, cause I don't know, but like stuff like that, like, or that's really the only example I could think about. But like heavily policed, like if a white person was yelling at me, I'll be mad too. Like I feel unsafe. If a Mexican person was yelling at me, I feel unsafe. It doesn't matter the race. These are all like neutral things. If you're yelling at me, like I don't feel comfortable anymore. Like what else are you finna do? Like from yelling, you could do anything, you know? So that's like the best example I got. But like, that's not me policing you. That's you like, let's respect each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only thing I can think of.
Seriously, when I alter my hair.
What does that mean?
One time I was on a Zoom call with my manager and I had a curly wig on. And she's like, no response. The next day, I have a straight one. She's like, oh my God, what did you do? You look so cute. What the heck? Oh my, and I'm like, all I did was change my hair. Previous jobs, I never wear my hair. Every single day. Is that your hair? Is that your hair? Is that your hair? Is that your hair? My last day. She's like, oh, I thought you were gonna wear your hair. It's your last day. It's just crazy why does it matter?
That's crazy.
And then I've heard it before too. Like,
but I ain't gonna lie, I do like my queens wearing their natural hair. Like, you don't need a wig, you know what I'm saying? If you want long hair, grow your hair out. If you want short hair, you know what I'm saying? And you don't need to dye your hair, every month, you know what I'm saying? You don't need a wig because you want a different hair color. What's wrong with your natural hair color? And if you're gonna go blonde for a year, you know what I'm saying? Stand on your decision.
Black women go out shopping. If
I don't know what that makes me.
They're treated differently.
I don't know what that makes me, but I said it. I said it. Wear your natural hair.
Yeah, that's
you look gorgeous with your natural hair.
All of that matters. All of your skin tone, your hair. But you go back to like the 60s, 70s.
Type C hair, type B hair, all these other terms for hair.
I wear these. I like to wear these for like more of I don't have to do my hair every day. I don't want to worry about whatever. But when I pull this thing out, and I make sure I look at everybody like a little serious because I'm like, yeah, the power that comes with it, and we need to just start reinforcing, especially with our next generations, how beautiful.
I miss my curls. I ain't gonna lie. I do miss my curls.
I'm a political science major, so I'm not part of the School of Business. But all my friends in the School of Business, every time summer comes around, they're about to get an internship, they get the big chop because they know as soon as they get in them jobs, if they do not have short hair, they're not going to be taken seriously. They might not even be let in the door. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, colorism has a little raggedy
that's
cousin.
Interesting.
Her name is texturism. That's what we're discussing now.
I hadn't even heard of that one.
Yeah, it's texturism. That's why black people still have to fight to wear natural styles and corporate spaces. I don't know if you guys heard about the story of a young, beautiful black boy with locks who hasn't been to school in like over 180 days because they're trying to force him to cut his locks to return to school. I didn't walk forward because
that's insane.
I mean, I've pretty much always been some variation of natural. Now, I will tell you, it was a bit of a shock to realize that texturism is still a thing in the lock community, right? Because I thought, okay, we're all working with our natural styles. That's the point of locks. We don't have to deal with this. But I don't really get treated differently because I have one hairstyle, but it's the oh, you don't want to slick down your edges, or you need a retwist. No, I don't. I didn't get one for this.
Right. I know that's right.
You understand? My hair.
Beautiful. It looks beautiful.
Thank you. So does yours. My hair shouldn't have to be neat and perfectly twisted for me to be palatable or accepted. But that is a very, even with newborns, the damn placenta perm, the baby coming out.
I kind of get what she's saying.
Facebook posts, my baby's hair. Look at this good hair on my baby from a newborn.
Hate that term.
I kind of get what she's saying, but what I would say to you is, my queen is you know, cause I was looking at her hair and I like her dreads. Her dreads are nice. Our locks is the better term instead of dreads, cause other, you know, the stereotype I guess that comes with dreads is locks. I got locks in, but I don't have a retwist right now. I ain't gonna lie, because it costs money and I'm saving my money. But I ain't gonna lie, if you talking about that, then hopefully you can date a guy who doesn't have an edge up or a line up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, locks or not. Like, if I have a bald fade, like, I should be able to just, no hairline. You know what I'm saying? I'm just growing my hair out. I'm natural. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you want to say. If you want to say you don't need a retwist, then I don't need my hairline to date you. And if you know, I assume she still has a type. Like, you probably have to be fit, or maybe she will date a fat guy. But either scenario, they don't have a lineup or an edge up. Like, I hope you could date them, because, you know what I'm saying, like, then I would call you a hypocrite. You know what I'm saying?
Pulled the neck up yet.
And that's something that you're already having to deal with that from that type of a situation.
Ooh, this reaction
like,
crazy.
If I'm going to this meeting, or if I'm
leave comments,
get this
all
job,
types of comments in the YouTube video.
Thoughts. You have to think about in terms of, you know, this standard that is set and presenting yourself to the world.
Working at Six Flags at one point, dreads were not allowed, or like locks were not allowed.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You would have to.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, locks were not allowed, and you had to bring in a note from your spiritual advisor.
That's crazy.
As to why you
spiritual.
We all flinched a little bit. Like,
what is this? Yeah, what is that?
No, that goes back to the topic at hand. This is a theme park. How serious do they need to be taken?
Right.
And here I am, a black woman, having to tell people like, oh, you have to cut your hair. Your locks that you just grew for years, you have to cut them off.
I've been growing mine for like,
crazy to me.
It's gonna go on 4 years.
And myself, I like natural. It's just period. And I think women in general get berated by
like
media.
This black queen, I love her hair. It's curly, it's natural. This is her goddamn hair. She could flat iron it, it could be straight, or she could keep it curly for the rest of her life. You know what I'm saying? Keep growing it down to her elbows, you know what I'm saying? Even though us black, she probably been growing this for like 6 years, but like my hair got shrinkage too. Like my hair be way longer than like it really is, but my hair shrink because my hair curly.
Media and culture by beauty standards, I think black women, y'all get slammed even harder in terms of that. So I believe that us as black men in the community need to encourage, like, what you have naturally is beautiful. And I think the more that we do that from a young age, now they're gonna have that standard in the home, which is really where the strength of blackness came from. You have your choice. If you wanna wear your hair however you want, if you wanna get a weave, if you want, cool. But don't do it because there's a level of insecurity or lack of pride in who you are and how you represent.
That's easier said than.
I've talked to girls that wear a weave, you know what I'm saying? Wear a weave or wear a wig. I just think I prefer if you did it though.
Yeah, but I feel
no, it is. But here's my thing. Here's my thing, though. I think we need. This is the thing. There's a lot of things in our.
My opinion doesn't matter for you. You a woman. You can do what you want.
We got to get to the ugly. We've got to get to the ugly work of grabbing the shovel and digging in the dirt. And we may not finish the work. Mm-hmm. Our kids and our great grandkids might be the ones that are building the platforms and the levels of us climbing the rings of society.
You're a good politician.
You gotta get that work done.
No, hold on. You're a good politician, but look at the statistics of what's happening is all I'm saying. I get what everything that you're saying.
You're talking to a poli-sci person that understands statistics. What I'm saying is this. statistics, if we don't do anything about it, will not
But
change.
that's what I was about to say. Because you're saying that our
do something.
You're saying our kids and our grandchildren are doing this. That's where.
They could do it.
No, I'm saying they can't.
Okay,
We got to do the work.
though.
We got to get out there and start the work.
I
Yeah,
hope my
fact.
kids are the same skin tone as me.
This is a good question.
Come on, black man. Shit. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
It shouldn't matter. Yeah, it shouldn't matter. But if they are, yeah, that's fine too.
Find what tone my kids would end up, but I've always had this, you know, imagination in my mind of seeing a little me. Yeah, because you know, for what I went through and being such a lonely kid, and when I go back to Ghana, I sometimes go by the orphanages or where the children are, and I see the kids just as dark as me. And then for me, I remember, wow, you guys have no idea what's going on in America, but you guys are
Dang, yeah, bro. Being a kid and just being ignorant of what's going on in the world, it was fun.
When I was here in America and dating, the black girls would literally tell me they didn't want their kids as dark as me.
They didn't want them.
So I had a hard time dating because I would hear that, you know, from the snicker, oh, I don't want my kids that black. No. And so, you know,
that's racist.
It came to a point in my life where I just thought,
that's so
I'm
racist.
Never see a mini-me ever. And I take it as human, but at the same time, at this point, you know,
that's kind of sad.
You laugh at it
the
and
heck?
say, wow, it'd be kind of cool to have that little one as dark as me and just be like, yo, this is what it's gonna be like, but you're not gonna scar, you're not gonna get bruised, you're not, and enjoy it.
Now that I am so secure with who I am and what
I get what he's saying, but like, if it's your kid, like, he's still gonna have your face and stuff like that. He'll just be a different color. Like, me and my brother are two different skin tones, but everybody calls us twins and stuff. Like, I don't understand.
I know the science of how beautiful we are. I'm like, oh man, I just pray that when we have our few kids, that at least one of them or two of them, or hopefully all of them, look like me, because I know so much about my history and the science of black and beauty that I just want to instill that in them, because I feel like that's what the world needs more of, is people like you who are you're gorgeous, man. Like, we're gorgeous. The sun, I'm sorry to keep saying that, but the sun was made for us. That's the most beautiful gift that God could have given us, is that we don't burn in the sun. And they're psychologically trying to like make that such an ugly thing. And kids are the ones that suffer from it the most. And I hope that you have kids as black as you. And I hope I have kids as black as you. Yeah. Any black person I've ever seen that looks like you, perfect, pure skin.
This video's been a movie. We're almost done now.
I wouldn't say that, like, I hope, like, obviously if they're the same skin tone as me, like, that's fine. Like, I'd love you if you were any skin tone, but I think I'd kind of just take the chance, like, if they turned out as me, to take the chance to, like, raise them the way I would have wanted to be loved more, and kind of just show them that no matter, like, what goes on outside, just know that none of that matters. It's your character that matters, and kind of just bring them up with that, like, confidence that I didn't get.
I just don't plan on having children. That's why I didn't step forward. I mean, I don't know, it kind of feels icky for me to say I would prefer a child be a certain color. A child is not a resource, it's a human being.
Right.
So if you fall in love with somebody or you don't.
I just don't care. Like, if you're darker than me, lighter than me, that's cool. You're still my daughter, son, or they, them, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm still gonna love you no matter what. So
he did the completely correct answer.
And at that point, I think that obviously boils down into whatever the mom is going to bring into the picture. And I think that at the end of the day, a child hopefully would be an expression of love. I'm going to raise you to know that you're supposed to be confident in who your identity is as a human being, a black man, and someone that's supposed to contribute to the world.
If your seed comes out like this color, they come to you like, Dad, all of this stuff is being said to me, or the cops are treating me this way. Are you
navigate them?
Do you get what I'm saying? Are you afraid that you won't have the wherewithal to teach them how to go through that?
No, being black is not, even though there are aspects of it, skin tone, things like that.
Right? That's what I'm
saying. It is an experience that we all in some way have had experiences we can relate to it. I know what it's like to be pulled over by the police and almost put in cuffs over doing absolutely nothing, right? And so
almost put in cuffs or put in cuffs?
No, I said almost being put in cuffs.
Because I've been put in cuffs for doing nothing.
And I got you on that. But we don't all have, as black people across the board, we don't all have the same experiences. But if my son came to me or my daughter came to me at some point in life and they're like, I'm going through this, I know what it feels like just from a black man's perspective, but also because that's someone I love and I care about.
Yeah.
That's something that I'm also going to be even more so able to share in, because that's also my seed.
I'm ready for
I don't
all of
care
that.
about what complexion my kids are. And the thing is that me saying I don't care is not like I'm tossing things out the way, because we're gonna have them conversations.
Absolutely.
Y'all
Yeah,
sit
you
down and we're
got
gonna
to.
talk, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if there
Eventually.
is a point that I can't, where I just can't, because it's just something things I don't experience, things I don't understand, I know, like, we have a village. It's always a village around, so
Yeah,
if it's
community.
not the baby pappy, if it ain't his pappy, it can be close people that are trusted that know. So I feel like there's always going to be somebody around that is gonna be able to aid in conversations I might not be able to have, or even somebody else that just might not be able to have. But I'm gonna love my cheerings. I don't care what color.
Yeah, I like what you said. It takes a village. Like, and not saying that I would like outsource my parenting. Or something.
No, yeah, facts. I'm taking care of my kids. I want to see them every day.
My mom's side, you feel me? And my uncles are darker skinned. You feel me? So
Right.
like, whether it's like asking them to talk to my children or just asking them to educate me on the stuff I don't know because I'm not a dark skinned person. You feel me?
Colorism is one of the determining factors for power structure of the world.
What does that mean? I mean, Obama was president.
All I can say is I just know it do. Like, I can't even explain it. It just do. Like, it's kind of, it just do. I just know. It's one of them things where it's so many like isms and phobics. Yeah, it thrown into a pot. And I know what's in there. I can't explain it, but I know.
Now speaking from the heart.
That's how I feel.
When I think of this topic,
Nah, I had a manager at this job, this warehouse job. His name was Tony, bro. Black dude. Best like GM. Like, he owned like the whole like he didn't own it, but like he ran the whole warehouse, and they transferred him to somewhere else, man. But he was such like, he was liked by everybody, and he was such a good vibe. And I ain't gonna lie, he did look out for me, you know what I'm saying? And then after he left, things started changing like bad. Like, but I think even if he was there, he would have to enforce the changes. But like, it probably would have been more palatable if he was there. I ain't gonna lie, because after he left, it just went all downhill. And you know what I'm saying? That's when I started being on the outs of the job, you know what I'm saying? But he was looking out for me. Not like multiple times, but one instance, he was such a great GM. But he was a high ranking, like he had money. Like, he was high ranking. Like, he was the GM of the whole warehouse. You know what I'm saying? So he was kind of, he wasn't oldish, but like he wasn't youngish, but like he was like 30ish. Like, so he was in his prime.
like I immediately go to like caste systems. So like when I think of like India, for example, it's terrible. Like if you're darker, then you're on the bottom of the totem pole and so on. So I think
India,
in terms of like
what India got going on?
Social mobility for people, I'd say it's a bigger issue outside of the U.S. in like developed countries. I'd say
It's a bigger issue outside of the United States?
it's
In
rough.
some nations,
I do, because I'm not gonna lie. Like, when she said the prompt, it's like I wasn't just thinking us here. I'm thinking everywhere. Yeah, you know, I'm thinking globally, because it's like I definitely have seen that. You know,
Socioeconomic status.
I believe it's every place, but I think it.
Now you gonna start, you gotta finish now, bro.
The reason why I was kind of like, it was hard for me to come up here at first was because I view like a lot of the isms as like how they maintain the current hierarchical system, you feel me, or caste system, you feel me? So like, yeah, I guess determining factor, but I don't think it's like the main.
Yeah.
The main factor. I think
Like, it's definitely
I think
in
it's
there.
what contributes to the main factor.
Deep.
Yes.
What's going on is deep.
That's
What's
what
going
it
on
is,
is multi-layer, for sure.
Yes.
For you to talk about colorism, you would have to talk about racism, and you would have to talk about.
Then you gotta talk about
everything
capitalism.
You have to talk
else.
about no, it's true, because that the selling of slaves to be profitable to even then create a system of race in
Now
which
y'all see
you
why I
then
keep
were
bringing up white
subjugated, and it's not
supremacy.
only associated where you come from, it's associated with your skin. Because what we forget is, when it comes to colorism, all over the world, if you worked out in the fields, I mean, I'm talking about people that if they had red skin, right? If you worked out in the fields, that was a sign that you were, by someone just looking at you, that you were not part of the nobility. These people would walk around with umbrellas and things like that. So in America, it was pretty much the only place where we're gonna say, wait a minute, not only is this something that signifies your place in society, but we're gonna associate it with you at birth. And we're gonna create a whole system of that. And that's why, to me,
not only here, though.
I think, they're not the only, but you know, I think racism, I'm concerned, is probably the biggest topic that affects us, because think about this. Before all this stuff happened, none of us were conscious about, oh, well, you're lighter, you're better, all this other stuff.
Facts.
And now these things that we were not thinking about affect us internally at home, even while we're still trying to fight it out there.
That's why I didn't automatically come up, because I just went past it. I went
racism.
Yeah, I just went straight there.
Yeah, I get that.
Because when it comes down to like who runs the U.S. and all this stuff, I don't feel like we're ever going to get there. The closest we got was having a black president, and even that was like,
he was not really a black president.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, even that was like that.
You guys might hate me for this, but I actually don't think racism is the determining factor. I think it is the main determining factor that upholds the system of capitalism. I don't think once we figure out racism or something, everything's gonna go away. I think racism just maintains the class system. Like, that's all.
Yeah, oppression works on the axis. Of course, I would agree with this. That's kind of what we've been delving into this whole time, and I think the prompt definitely said one of. Correct. Colorism does determine certain power dynamics. I'm so glad you brought up the term caste system. You talked about in other nations where, like I said, there are entire socioeconomic statuses developed out of colorism. Even within the U.S. historically.
That's insane. I didn't know that.
Most of the affluent black families, Reconstruction era and post then, were lighter skinned. A lot of them kept their bloodlines lighter skinned on purpose because of the affluence that came with that. These things are generational. Those affluent black families who had the resources to give their kids more than others, they passed it down, they passed it down, they passed it down. What can you pass down when you have nothing?
Nothing. I like when MLK said it the best. He said, they keep telling us to pull up ourselves up our bootstraps and we have no boots. I love that.
Yeah. That's kind of what I've been trying to say. Yeah.
That's some heat. That's some heat.
That were re-earthed from the 20th century where black people who were applying for jobs post-slavery, they included being fair-skinned on the application above their actual skills because it would guarantee them better employment.
I ain't gonna lie, sometimes, because you have a choice of putting what race. Sometimes I don't put the race, I ain't gonna lie. But I feel like they know if you don't put the race that you're black. Like, I don't know.
One of the things that determines the distribution of
that's
power.
real.
I wanted to say this to the light-skinned people too, and I'm glad, you know, in my mind when we was about to do this, I had a whole different
You thought it was gonna be a debate.
I had a whole different thought of the light-skinned people that can be here. You guys are so earthed, you're so grounded, and that's why it's like don't forget the history of what's going on to your darker brothers and sisters. I know you won't, but it's time for us to gather together and for us to fight it together, because we can talk about what happened, and you see these people on the social medias and stuff talking all the time. Black people are complaining about blah, 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 blah. It's time for us to have a new Tulsa and say, now we made it. And because now the cameras are on everywhere. Yep. They bomb us now, we can go, now look.
Right.
We ain't talking about before, today now. And not just this black person over here or this one over here, but all of us came together, we did this, and you guys did it again. Now what? And then we know we're at war.
And and I think to what you're saying, there's a distrust in our own community of one another when it comes to buying and supporting what we own. And I think if we want to have industry in anything, if we want something to grow, we need to build something just like we did back in the 20s and like we did in the 50s, where the black community was the center of commerce. We had the most educated, we had the most sophisticated, and of course they were bombed. There were 7 other Black Wall Streets in this country that doesn't get talked about because Tulsa was the biggest one. If you want to see something change, we got to start supporting the people that are they're working on the clothing brands, they're working on the businesses, they want to start the banks, they want to come together. That's how we're going to build a community, and then we can pass something on that they can keep building upon for the future. Because until we do that, all we're doing is preaching to the choir and complaining.
But that starts with the family. That starts at the family.
I agree with you, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was very nice to hear your guys' opinions and experiences, and it was also great to share our experiences as well, just so we can all
just be
see through
heard.
the eyes of each other and just move forward. Like, that's all I want to do when I'm saying like we're all black, is just figuring out how to move forward.
And it's beautiful to have a platform to show us black people can get together and talk about something positive.
Yeah, and then not be like all negative.
We got to love on each other.
And not be like a Bad Girls Club episode.
I just love black people. I just love seeing y'all.
I ain't gonna lie. This was like, this made me smile. Like, this was diplomatic. These are reasonable, like, black people. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, if like we had one of the crash outs like on here, it would have ruined the whole vibe of the whole episode. You know what I'm saying? These are very based people. You know what I'm saying? That was a great video. I felt comfortable. I felt included. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like us black people, we gotta stop separating ourselves, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're all black and we can all help each other. And if you divide us, like, we're only becoming less of a number. Alright. Let's look at the comments because we always do. Oh no. My niece says she wants straight hair, and I'm like, where is she getting that from while wearing a straight hair wig is pretty ironic. Aww. The irony, some of these people just want to be validated or complicated on here. Let's be real. 100, that part. What part was that? She said my niece says she wants straight hair. What girl said that? What girl said that? Not gonna lie, I know he means well, but Charles X comes off as extra. He can just share and anecdote. I got y'all. Anecdote about his black skinned sister. He has to go over the top about stating how amazing it is. What's wrong with that? Agreed. The way he kept saying how beautiful and perfect the dark-skinned women are was very weird. The glazing got weird for sure. It was extremely cringe. Was it? Was it extremely cringe? I didn't think so. I'm gonna dislike that. You know what I'm saying? He just uplifted his, you know what I'm saying, sisters in Christ. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. Orange shirt guy is so weird how he keeps saying, like, the sun was made for you, Hannah. Like, what up? Like, what's wrong with that? He should just treat them normally and not as an exotic animal. Okay. Okay. See, I didn't understand until you phrased it like this. His glazing started to feel really weird. Okay, so he was like, okay, I get it. I don't know if I agree with that, though. Alright, this go conclude the reaction. If you're new to the channel, all my recurring subscribers, go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because all my posts are bangers. Long live Jalen Wade. We out this thing. Get it.